ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टाप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Okay, so we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 30. Sharing the screen. Can someone confirm if you see the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, yeah, thank you. The activities of the Prachetas. Vidiravacha ये त्वया विहिता ब्रह्मन् सुताः प्राचीनबर्हिषः ते रुद्रगीतेन हरिं सिद्धिम् आपुः प्रतोष्य काम. Vidura inquired from Maitreya, O Brahmana, you formerly spoke about the sons of Prachina Barhi and informed me that they satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead by chanting a song composed by Lord Shiva. What did they achieve in this way? किम्बार्हस्पत्येन परत्रवाता कैवल्यनाथा प्रियपार्श्ववर्तिनः आसाद्य देवं गिरिशम् अदृच्छया प्रापुः परं नूनम् अतः प्रचेतसः. My dear Barhaspatiya, what did the sons of King Barhishat, known as the Prachetas, obtain after meeting Lord Shiva, who is very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bestower of liberation? Certainly they were transferred to the spiritual world, but apart from that, what did they obtain within this material world, either in this life or in other lives? Maitreya Uvacha रचेतसोऽन्तर्उदद्धौ पितुरादेशकारिणः जपः यज्ञेन तपसा पुरञ्जनम् अतोषयन्. The great sage Maitreya said, the sons of King Prachina Barhi, known as the Prachetas, underwent severe austerities within the sea water to carry out the order of their father. By chanting and repeating the mantras given by Lord Shiva, they were able to satisfy Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. दशवर्षसहस्रान्ते पुरुषस्तु सनातनः तेषाम् आविरभूत् कृच्छ्रं शान्तेन समयन् रुचा. At the end of 10,000 years of severe austerities performed by the Prachetas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to reward their austerities, appeared before them in his very pleasing form. This appealed to the Prachetas and satisfied the labor of their austerities. सुपर्णस्कन्दम् आरूढो मेरुशृङ्गम् इवा बुधः पीतवासामणिग्रीवः कुर्वन् वितिमिरा दिशाः. The personality of Godhead appearing on the shoulder of Garuda seemed like a cloud resting on the summit of the mountain known as Meru. The transcendental body of the personality of Godhead was covered by attractive yellow garments, and his neck was decorated with the jewel known as Kaustubha Mani. The bodily effulgence of Lord dissipated all the darkness of the universe. काशिष्णुना कनकवर्णविभूषणेन भ्राजत् कपोलवदनो विलसत् किरीटः अष्टायुधैरनुचरैर्मुनिभिः सुरेन्द्रैः Asevito Garuda Kinnara Gita Kirtihi. The Lord's face was very beautiful, and his head was decorated with a shining helmet and golden ornaments. The helmet was dazzling and was very beautifully situated on his head. The Lord had 8 arms, which each held a particular weapon. The Lord was surrounded by demigods, great sages, and other associates. These were all engaged in his service. Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, glorified the Lord with Vedic hymns by flapping his wings. Garuda appeared to be an inhabitant of the planet known as Kinnara Loka. पीनायतास्तभुजमण्डलमध्यलक्ष्म्या स्पद्रक्श्रिया परिवृतो वनमालया वनमालयाध्यः बर्हिष्मतः पुरुष आहः सुतां प्रपन्नान् पर्जन्यनाद ऋतया सग्रनावलोकः. Around the neck of the personality of Godhead hung a flower garland that reached to his knees. His 8 stout and elongated arms were decorated with that garland, which challenged the beauty of the goddess of fortune. With a merciful glance and a voice like thunder, the Lord addressed the sons of King Prachina Barhishat, who were very much surrounded and surrendered unto him. श्रीभगवानुवाच वरं हृदीवं भद्रं वो यूयं मे नृपनन्दनाः सौहार्देन प्रोक्तधर्मास् तुष्टोऽहं सौहृदेन वः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear sons of the King, I am very much pleased by the friendly relationships among you. All of you are engaged in one occupation, devotional service. I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. Now you may ask a benediction of me." योऽनुस्मरति सन्ध्यायां युष्मान् अनुदिनं नरः तस्य भ्रातृष्व आत्मसाम्यं तथा भूतेषु सौहृदम्. The Lord continued, "Those who remember you every evening of every day will become friendly with their brothers and with all other living entities. ये तु मां रुद्रगीतेन सायं प्रातः समाहिताः स्तुवन्ति अहं कामवरान् दास्ये प्रज्ञां च शोभनाम्. Those who will offer me the prayers composed by Lord Shiva both in the morning and in the evening will be given benedictions by me. In this way they can both fulfill their desires and attain good intelligence. यद्यूयं पितुर् आदेशम् अग्राहीष्टमधान्विताः अथोव उशति कीर्तिर्लोकान् अनुभविष्यति. Because you have with pleasure accepted within your hearts the orders of your father and have executed those orders very faithfully, your attractive qualities will be celebrated all over the world. भविता विश्रुतः पुत्रो अन्नवमो ब्रह्मणो गुणैः य एताम् आत्मवीर्येण त्रिलोकीं पूरयिष्यति. You will have a nice son who will be in no way inferior to Lord Brahma. Consequently, he will be very famous all over the universe, and the sons and grandsons generated by him will fill the 3 worlds. Kandoh pramlochaya labdha कन्याकमललोचना तां चापविद्धां जगृर्भूरुहे भूरुहा नृपनन्दनः. O sons of King Prachina Barishat, the heavenly society girl named Pramlocha kept the lotus-eyed daughter of King Kandu in the care of the forest trees. Then she went back to the heavenly planets. This daughter was born by the coupling of Apsara and named Pramlocha with the sage Kandu. क्षुत्क्षामाय मुखे राजा सोमपीयूषवर्षिणीं देशिनीं रोदमानाय निददे स दयान्वितः. Thereafter, the child, who was left to the care of the trees, began to cry in hunger. At that time, the king of the forest, namely the king of Moon Planet, out of compassion placed his finger, which poured forth nectar, within the child's mouth. Thus, the child was raised by the mercy of the king of the moon. प्रजाविसर्ग आदिष्टाः पित्रा माम् अनुवर्तता तत्र कन्यां वरारोहां ताम् उद्वहतं मां चिरम्. Since all of you are very much obedient to my orders, I ask you to immediately marry that girl who is so well qualified with beauty and good qualities. According to the order of your father, create progeny through her. अत्र अपृथक् धर्मशीलानां सर्वेषां वा सुमध्यमा अपृथक् धर्मशीलेयं भूयात् पत्नी अर्पिताशया. You brothers are all of the same nature, being my devotees and obedient sons of your father. Similarly, that girl is also of the same type and is dedicated to all of you. Thus, both the girl and you, the sons of Prachina Barishat, are on the same platform, being united on a common principle. दिव्यवर्षसहस्राणां सहस्रम् अहत्वौजसः भौमान् भोक्तस्य भोगान् वै दिव्यां चानुग्रहान् मम. The Lord then blessed all the Prachetas, saying, my dear princess, by my mercy you can enjoy all the facilities of this world as well as the heavenly world. Indeed, you can enjoy all of them without hindrance and with full strength for 1,000,000 celestial years. अथ मयि अनपायिन्या भक्त्या पक्वा गुणाशयाः उपयास्यत मद्भाम निर्विद्य निरयाद अथः. Thereafter, you will develop unadulterated devotional service unto me and be freed from all mental contamination. At that time, being completely unattached to material enjoyment in the so called heavenly planets as well as in the hellish planets, you will return home back to Godhead. गृहेष्व आविष्टतां चापि पुंसां कुशलकर्मणां मद्वार्तायाता यामानां न बन्धाय गृहमताः. Those who are engaged in auspicious activities in devotional service certainly understand that the ultimate enjoyer or beneficiary of all activities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, when one acts, he offers the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and passes life always engaged in the topics of the Lord. Even though such a person may be participating in family life, he is not affected by the results of his action. नव्यवद् दृढये यज्ञो ब्रह्मैतद्ब्रह्मवादिभिः न मुह्यन्ति न शुचन्ति शोचन्ति न हृष्यन्ति यतो गताः. Always engaging in the activities of the devotional service, devotees feel ever increasing, fresh and new in all their activities. The all-knower, the super soul within the heart of all the devotee makes everything increasingly fresh. This is known as Brahman position by the advocates of the absolute truth. In such a liberated stage, Brahma Bhuta, one is never bewildered, nor does one lament or become unnecessarily jubilant. This is due to the Brahma Bhuta state. मैत्रेयवाच एवं ब्रुवाणं पुरुषार्थभाजनं जनार्दनं प्राञ्जलः प्रचेतसः तद्दर्शनद्वष्टतमो रजो मल गिराग्न्यं गिराग्रं गिराग्नन् गद्गदया सुहृत्तमम्. The great sage Maitreya said, after the personality of Godhead spoke thus, the Prachetas began to offer him prayers. The Lord is the bestower of all success in life and is the supreme benefactor. He is also the supreme friend who takes away all miserable conditions experienced by a devotee. In a faltering voice, due to ecstasy, the Prachetas began to offer prayers. They were purified by the presence of the Lord who was before them face to face. Hare Krishna will stop here from verse 22. We'll continue next week. So, quickly going through the purports of Prabhupada in this regard. So, this is coming immediately after the story that Narada Muni has spoken to Prachina Barhi. The king was still quite occupied with sense um, enjoyment, and for enjoying senses, of course, the path he took was not unauthorized. He took to the process of called karma kanda, in that he was offering all animals sacrifices more than he should be. And Narad Muni, out of compassion, he comes and says, okay, let's not commit more sin. And uh, and he showed the path of how to attain perfection. And Prachina Barihishat, he attained perfection because he had such a great guru in the form of Narad Muni. He didn't even let Prachina Barihishat wait until his sons come so that he can allot all his kingdom to them. No, he immediately pushed him to go and attain perfection. Yeah. And in this chapter, we are seeing Vidura is asking Brahaspatya, who is the disciple of Brahaspati. Who is that? Maitreya Muni. So he's asking, you spoke before about Prachina Barhi, and at that time you were also telling that his sons had the great fortune to hear this special mantra, received special mantra from Lord Rudra, Lord Shiva, and what did they achieve in this way? Of course, they have satisfied the Lord, they got the blessings. So, what does it mean? Uh, in the purport, Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Means out of sahasresh, out of many, many millions of people, one may be interested in learning how to attain success in spiritual matters. So here Pracetās were extremely having that quality. They were very, very rare. It's not that okay when the father said now you get married and expand, yeah, the what do you call this, then no, what is this called, expand the family lineage. uh, Yeah, no, no, and in the process, first they said, okay, let us go. We would like to go to the forest. We would like to do tapasya so that we are properly trained. And then, because of their sincerity and their good fortune that is going to arise, they had the blessing of Lord Shiva, who has blessed them this Rudra Gita. And that's what Prabhupada is mentioning. It's very, very important. Even in our own lives, we can see. In Kali Yuga, we have seen or come across so many people. How many are really devotees? Very, very rare. Very rare. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gati. And Krishna, though he is saying that if one takes shelter of me, what they attain is ultimate success. What is that? They will not have mam upetya punarjanma. After attaining me, hmm, the yogis, who are the great souls, never return to this temporary world, which is full of what? Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Napnuvanti mahatmanah. Na avapnu means returning. So Mahatmas don't come. Samsiddhim paramam gata. What do they get then? If they don't return this material world, that's okay, already a big saving grace. What they attain is also the highest perfection. So Lord Shiva, by the grace of Lord Shiva, the Prachetas actually attained the perfection and returned home back to Godhead after enjoying material facilities to the highest extent. So, and that's why Vidura is asking, can you please tell me, Kim Barhaspatya Paratra Vataha, Kaivalyanatha Priya Vatya. So here is saying Kaivalyanatha is the bestower of liberation. Lord Shiva, yeah, here it says that obtained after meeting Lord Shiva, who is very dear to Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the bestower of Lord liberation, uh, bestower of bestower of liberation, the Lord who bestows liberation, Kaivalyanatha. Hmm. So again in this purport there is nice description which says actually Lord Mahadev is one of the greatest demigods within this material world. Generally, his blessings bestows an ordinary person means material happiness. But here, what happened is because they had the great interest to serve the Lord. That's why what happened, Lord Mahadev instructed them to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he personally offered a prayer. Hmm. So pure devotees consequently transferred directly to Vishnu Loka, or Vaikuntha Loka, which is described here as Param. In this verse, Vidura asks Maitreya, how did this happen? Hmm. And then Maitreya is explaining further. He's saying, the prayers, repeating prayers of great personality is the secret. We don't have to create our own ways of how to practice bhakti. It is not that, okay, I think I want to serve, I think this is devotion. We don't have to think, we only have to follow how the acharyas have asked us to execute devotional service. So here the sons of Prachina Barihi, Prachetas, they underwent severe austerities within the sea water to carry out the orders of his father. This is fine. By chanting and repeating the mantras given by Lord Shiva. It is not that they had this cap of seekers. Let me seek. Let me think. Maybe God is this stone. God is this tree. Or God is this sun. No, they just followed what was said to them by Lord Shiva. Yeah. In fact, there is this explanation in the purport given. Personal prayers offer out of feelings is subordinate to repeating prayers of great devotees like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or other Vaishnavas, so that he follows in the footsteps of great personalities. If we cannot, if we cannot, that is a different story. Of course, Lord is seeing the feelings of definitely, but with our feelings which are mixed with our material desires, our selfish interest, out of our own fears, and out of our own interest, how to enjoy or survive in this material world, we cannot offer high quality prayers. We need inspiration, we need blessings. Not only we need inspiration, we also need blessings. And these special prayers are filled with that. It is said, in the purport it said, that is the easiest way to satisfy the personality of Godhead. The pure devotees never attempt to reach the Supreme Lord directly. The most important way to worship the Lord is to go through the disciplic succession of devotees. So one should not think by accepting a guru in the parampara means it is inferior. One may think, hey, why should I go and seek shelter? Why should I go and approach someone to accept him as my guru? Rather, I can just directly serve the Lord. Oh, I have my deity at home. I can do services to the Lord. Yeah, yes, one is offering services directly to the Lord, but with what mood? We may think we know. No, we need guidance. Even to serve the Lord, even to serve the Lord directly, we cannot, uh, we cannot do it on our own. We need support. We need guidance. We need blessings. So the prayers offered by Lord Shiva to the Supreme Personality of Godhead were thus repeated by the Prachetas, who were thus very successful in pleasing the Lord. So, according to Madhvacharya, the living entity is called Puranjana. Hmm. Here, the Lord is described as Puranjana. So, see, interestingly, we see both. Because according to Madhvacharya, the living entity is called Puranjana because he has become an inhabitant of this material world. This we have understood from the last chapters. Now, why is the Lord addressed here as Puranjana is the personality of Godhead creates this material world which is Pura. Hmm? And he also enters into it. So that's how the Lord is also addressed here as Puranjana. The difference between a Jiva called as Puranjana and the Lord calling as Puranjana, the difference is we are conditioned, which means we have lost that independence, the complete independence. Yeah, we have some minute freedom to do what we want, not to full extent. Whereas Lord is entering into, just like a owner of the company, he has complete independence to go to any chamber. Yeah, but what do you call this? Board chamber of committee, board committee. No, but not everyone can go. A watchman has to just stay at the door. Yeah. So, and both are in the same, what do you call, in the company, but the freedom that a owner can do whatever he want is not the same independence that a jiva has. So, Andantarastha Paramanu Jayantarastham, the Lord enters into the heart of living entity and within the atom. That is the greatness of the Lord. Therefore, both the living entity and the Lord are called Puranjana. One Puranjana is subordinate to the Supreme Puranjana. Therefore, the duty of subordinate Puranjana is to satisfy the Supreme Puranjana. And what is that called? This is nothing but devotional service. Lord Rudra or Lord Shiva is the original Acharya of Vaishnava Sampradaya called Rudra Sampradaya. Rudra Gitena indicates that under the disciplic succession of Lord Rudra, the Pracetās achieved spiritual success. And then they have engaged in the tapasya for 10,000 years, and after that, seeing this appealed to the Pracetās and satisfied the labor of their austerities. The Lord want to reward, and he has appeared. And of course, what is this? How many years? 10,000 years. Does it mean that we have to also survive so long? So, should we rely so much on science so that maybe one day we are able to survive so many years? No, we don't have to. It is said, of course, these austerities were performed in the Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Treta Yuga, but in Kali Yuga, in this Kali Yuga, one can attain the same results by simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because the people of this age are fallen, the Lord is kind enough to give them the easiest method. Today I was meditating on this point. Yeah, it is not that we are able to qualify ourselves for the mercy of the Lord. The Lord is, hmm, the Lord is lowering this bar of qualification. He is not expecting that one is a Brahmana to start the chanting of the name of the Lord, to engage in his service. Lord is all merciful that he is making through the Sankirtan movement. Hmm? Uh, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu points out, we are so unfortunate that we are not even attracted to the chanting of Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Even, yeah, we have heard so many times, we are trying to chant properly. No, we don't have taste. But still, Lord is merciful that, okay, even if we are not qualified, that we cannot chant the holy name properly, that's why what we are doing, that's why we are saying Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. We are seeking the blessings of all the acharyas, oh Lord, so that we can take the name of Lord properly. Yeah, so that we are not. Yeah, that is our saving grace, so that we can chant the name of the Lord, which was not available in other yugas. And the Lord appeared. There is nice description. The bodily effulgence of the Lord dissipated all the darkness of the universe. Hmm. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is this Krishna, Surya, Sama, Maya, Haya, Andakara. Krishna is like Sama. Sama means like Krishna, Sama, Surya. Surya, Sama, Maya, Haya, Andakar. Where Maya is, it's ignorance, darkness. Yahan Krishna, Tahan Nahi, Mayara, Adhikar. Wherever Krishna is there, there is no chance that darkness or Maya can be there. So here, when the Lord appeared on his Garuda with his 8 arms, here it's described Kashi Shnuna, Kashi Shnuna, shining like gold. The Lord appeared. There is this, and then he was on the Garuda. I once was hearing to a nice a description about the glories of Garuda, because in Tirumala every year there is this Brahmotsava of Lord Balaji, right? We may know. And then the Lord is taken on the four streets around the temple on different vahanas. And on the day of Garuda Vahana, means the Lord was carried on the Garuda. At that time, they were glorifying this Garuda, and then I was amazed to know the greatness of Garuda. It is said that when Garuda is flipping or flapping the wings, that from that sound, what comes is this Vedas. And here we can see this reference coming. Garuda, the carrier of Lord, glorified the Lord with Vedic hymns by flapping his wings. Yeah? And here we can see, according to Veera Raghavacharya from Madhva Sampradaya, the conch shell and the lotus flower are also accepted as weapons. There are these 8 hands, 8 weapons. 4 hands hold 4 kinds of weapons, and the extra 4 hands hold an arrow, bow, trident, and snake. Sri Veeraraghavacharya describes the 8 weapons as Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, Sarga, Shara, etc. Yeah, bow and arrow, etc. Means these other things come into that. Snake and trident. Hmm. So these are the 8 weapons, and then we understand here in the next verse, yeah, Pinayatashta Bhuja Mandala Madhya Lakshmya. So here it is said, around the neck of the Lord there is a flower garland that reaches to his knees. Lord is tall, and garland is uh, covering, decorating all the 8 hands or the limbs and coming to the knees. Uh, and with a merciful glance and a voice like thunder, the Lord addressed Prachin Barshat, all the sons. It says the word Adhya in this verse is very significant. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the origin of Paramatma and Brahman. There is this Krishna himself is declaring in Bhagavad Gita, Parabrahma Parandama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. Adi Devam. I am the primeval God, transcendental. Ajam means there is no death. There is transcendental. Vibhum, who is opulent, who has every all pervading beauty. Hmm. Then the Lord is addressing, and I will stop after maybe a couple of verses to emphasize the uh, what Lord appreciated here in the case of Pracetās. He said, I am very much pleased by the friendly relation among you. These 4 or 10, sorry, 10 sons of King Prachinabarhi, who were called Pracetās, they were very friendly. All of you are engaged in one occupation. What is that? Devotional service. That if we want to understand what does that mean, the secret of harmony, the secret of universal peace, it is possible when all of us can understand that we are all part and parcel of the Lord, and understand the goal is to perform devotional service unto the Lord. And then when we do that, then the Lord is pleased with our mutual friendship. He said, I am so pleased with your mutual friendship that I wish you all good fortune. So when our mentality is, if we are selfish, greedy, we are more successful, we are more happy, because who is going to help me? Is there someone in the world who is going to take care of me? Is there someone in the world who is going to help me when I'm in trouble? No, it is all, I have to do all myself. That is our mentality, and that's why we do so much that we don't even give a chance for others happiness. We think, hey, if others are happy, how can my happiness be maintained? It will be compromised. So no, here the secret of everyone's pleasure is to have a mutual friendship. Disunity, in the purport Prabhupada mentions, disunity between individual souls is so strong within this material world that even in a society of Krishna consciousness, members sometimes appear disunited due to their having different opinions and leaning toward material things. Actually, in Krishna consciousness, there cannot be two opinions. There is only one goal, to serve Krishna to one's best ability. If there is some disagreement over service, such disagreement is to be taken as spiritual. Those who are actually engaged in the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be disunited in any circumstance. This makes the Supreme Personality of Godhead very happy and willing to award all kinds of benediction. So, and then the Lord is saying, those who remember you even every evening of every day will become friendly with their brothers and will all and with all other living entities. And then in this way they can both fulfill their desires and attain good intelligence. saying so, huh? Why? Because it says, those who will offer me the prayers composed by Lord Shiva, huh? Which means whoever is singing Rudra Gita, in the morning, in the evening, will be given benedictions by me. Hmm? So it goes further, and then it said, because you have this with pleasure accepted within your hearts the orders of your father and have executed those orders faithfully, your attractive qualities will be celebrated all over the world. Here there is another quality that Lord appreciates, is that respecting father, and for we can see here the orders of father. uh, Living entity creates a own happiness and unhappiness. In the purport it said, uh, we create our own miserable condition, we create our own happiness, happy condition. Therefore the living entity creates his own happiness or unhappiness. The supreme lord does not enforce these on anyone, because people says na, lord is all powerful, in fact lord is the cause of my suffering, and no, we create our own problem. The lord therefore blessed the sons of king Prachina Parishad because they obeyed their father's order. uh, Bhavita Vishrutah Putro, as explained, Prachetas, he says, will marry the daughter of the great sage Kandu. It is suggested that the son's name will be Vishruta and that he will glorify both his father and mother. And yeah, it is said, Chanakya Pandit says, if there is a good tree within a garden or forest, its flowers will fill the forest with their fragrance. Similarly, a good son within a family makes the whole family famous all over the world. Yeah, and uh, and here it says, yeah, there is this Pramlocha. mm, There is this Pramlocha who is an Apsara, and then there is sage called Kandu. Because of their coupling comes a girl, a baby girl, and she will be very well qualified to be uh, your wife of all 10 Prachetas. And here we can see that Indra was afraid of the great austerity of sage Kandu. In the purport, there is little more information. It is said, whenever a great sage undergoes severe austerities for material power, the king of heaven, Indra, becomes very envious. Uh, all the demigods have responsible posts for the management of universal affairs. Although they are ordinary living entities, they are able to attain special responsible posts like Lord Brahma, Indra, Chandra, and Varuna. Uh, the whole material world is filled with such envy that everyone becomes afraid of his neighbors. Every businessman is afraid of his associates because this material world is the field of activities for all kinds of envious people. So here what happened? This the child, yeah. This has already. King Indra became successful in breaking the vow of the great sage Kandu. To break the vow of Kandu, what he did is he has sent a celestial girl named Pramlocha. We know in the case of Vishwamitra Muni, at the time also he sent Menaka. So, being the successful in her mission, what Pramlocha did is she begot a female child. This child is described herein as lotus-eyed and very beautiful. Being thus successful in her mission, Pramlocha returned to heavenly planets, leaving the newborn child to the care of the trees. Fortunately, the trees accepted the child and agreed to raise her. And then this is the time where what happens is, um, the moon god comes to provide nourishment. And in this way, this baby girl grows, and she is very much suited to you, Prachetas, because she has the same interests, same qualities, and she can very well understand because all of you are in the same platform. So here it is said, in the purport, we know Draupadi. She is the wife of five Pandavas. We know. According to Vedic principles, a woman cannot have many husbands, although a husband can have many wives. But in special instances, however, it is found that a woman has more than one husband. Draupadi was married to all of the five Pandavas. Similarly, the Lord ordered all the sons of Prachin Parishad to marry one girl born In special cases, the purport further goes. In special cases, a girl is allowed to marry more than one man, provided she is able to treat her husbands equally. This is not possible for an ordinary woman. Only one who is especially qualified can be allowed to marry more than one husband. In this age of Kali, to find such an equipoised woman is very difficult. Thus, according to scriptures, Kalo Pancha Vivarjayet means in this age, a woman is forbidden to marry her husband's brother. This is the injunction. So, I mean, the purport goes further, but the point here is to help us understand that it's not that there is something adharmic here, but on what circumstances it said. Huh? Apra, aprathag dharma. Aprathag dharma means one may act according to his own occupational duty just to satisfy the yajna purusha, the Lord. This is what is called aprathag dharma. And in that way, here the Prachetas have followed that and they have attained perfection. I'll stop here. Thank you. It goes, a few more verses are there. We covered till 16th verse. Maybe five more verses are there. We will see. We can go through as a quick summary and then yeah, cover that in next week. Thank you very much. Any thoughts or any questions? No, then I wish you a nice evening. And tomorrow morning we have a 7:30 Bhagavatam class. That is in the sixth canto, where we have gone through Chitraketu pastime, where the son of Chitraketu uh, is is killed, is poisoned by all the co-wives of Kritadyuti, and then we are in the next chapter where Lord Narada and Sage Narada and Angira Rishi, both of them come visit the king, and it's a very very nice chapter where they open the eyes of a person who is in the Shmashana Vairagya. Means that Vairagya, that kind of a blank mind or a uh, where one doesn't see anything else except the shoka, lamentation for losing one's close. Here in this case, he lost his son, Harsha Shoka. Yeah. So feel free to join tomorrow 7:30. We'll continue from there. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. जय गौर प्रेम. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare